Hello, you speakers. I'm Katza.
I'm George.
And I'm Javier.
Well, thank you all for being here again in our podcast. Today is going to be another very interesting podcast. Hey, for our Spanish speakers, our students who speak Spanish, actually, is this the same as actualmente or vice versa? Actualmente is actually? I got you on that one, right?
I got me there.
So today, we're going to look at these confusing words, okay? So, all right. You're in for a good podcast today.
I have a question. I have a question, guys. If I told you, especially with the guys that speak Spanish, if I told you that I'm constipated, would you offer me a Kleenex or would you offer me prune juice?
Oh.
I'll
go for the Kleenex.
Good answer. Yes, I'm constipated means my nose is... No, constipated in English.
No, constipated means your other nose is not working.
Oh my God, Katza. You naughty girl. You naughty you.
For this podcast, how when we're learning a language, we tend to use translated words or phrases, thinking that they might be as common or the same as they are in our mother tongue, right?
Right.
So, yes, this is the podcast today. So stay tuned. Today, you're learning 6 things in Spanish we don't have in English.
Oh, nice.
Welcome to another episode of the Üspk English Podcast. Thank you for hitting that play button and subscribing to our podcast channel. We have a surprise.
Oh, all right. Well, I think you've already guessed it. We've been talking about it here in this intro. So yes, we're going to talk about those confusing words, or these words that we think we know in English because they might look like they're the same word in Spanish and in English, but no, they could mean something else, and some things that don't even exist in English, okay, that you would not be able to just transfer, okay?
Mm-hmm. Stop translating.
We're starting with a new section, okay, in this podcast, and it's called Most Common Mistakes Advanced Learners Always Make, all right? So we're going to be having this this part of the episode, recurring. So don't miss it. Okay, we have lots of interesting things coming up.
That's right. Very good. Nice. Estrenando new section.
Whoa, we can't say that.
Okay. I don't know.
Can you say estrenating?
Estrenating? No.
I'm gonna tell you all about it.
Okay. Talk to us.
Okay, so most common mistakes advanced learners always make.
Okay, I have.
What you got, guys?
I got okay. One of my the most common one that I hear is the lack of the structure of following subject, verb, and then predicate. I hear people say like, always I listen to music on Saturdays. Or yesterday in the afternoon in the park, teacher. I was playing with my son. Like he told me the whole place, time, and then who.
Right.
No, you gotta start with subject. I gotta know who you're talking about first.
Context, please.
Context, please.
Right.
Yeah.
The one I got is one I got in class actually recently. How in Spanish it's common because in Spanish we would say most of the people. That would be a literal translation, most of the people, right? But in English, we don't say that. We don't need to use either of or the. We can say most people. Yeah. So yes, English makes your life easier, whether you want to believe it or not. Less words.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, there's a fun fact here. Okay, in Spanish, obviously, I am Mexican. I speak Spanish.
Same here.
And there's a very common word, at least in Mexican Spanish, that we use here, and it's aguas, which means waters.
Heads up.
Yes.
And then if you imagine if you want to translate it into English, and you tell somebody waters, as an intention of saying watch out. Can you imagine how somebody else speaks only in English when you say waters? waters. And the other guy's going to say, what?
What kind of waters?
What?
What kind of waters?
Exactly.
Where's the
Water
water?
where?
The equivalent, we would not say aguas as like waters, but we would say, watch out.
Watch out.
Right.
Heads up or something like that. Depends.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually had one class where we're talking about music, and I said, do you listen to Luis Miguel? And one of my students said, no, I don't like Luis Miguel. And I said, why? Because I'm trying to push, extended speech. Why don't you like Luis Miguel? He said, he falls me fat.
He falls me fat.
He falls me fat.
Yes, I totally understand that.
Do you understand it or not?
Yes, I really can't stand him.
I
right?
can't stand him.
I can't stand him.
Yeah,
Is the expression in English.
No,
Yeah.
don't
Me
say that.
cae gordo.
Me cae gordo. In English, we don't say that. He
No,
falls
we
me
don't.
fat.
No.
No.
He falls on you. Why does he fall on you? Because he's fat? Oh, that's horrible. That's most
Yeah.
unfortunate of you.
Is he okay?
Well, he was getting fat. I hope he doesn't fall on anybody.
So what's
Exactly.
the right word in English? What's the right phrase?
I can't stand him, right?
I can't. I can't stand the
can't
sight.
stand him.
I can't stand the sight of him.
Oh.
I can't bear to see him.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Anybody
Yes.
you don't
He's-
like,
Yeah, he's totally unbearable.
another one. The one that's very hard for students to grasp is in English, when we like something very much, we love it.
Oh,
I can actually say that. I love Katza. She's just a wonderful person.
Mhm.
She's a teacher. Katza's just married. No, you can't love Katza. Yes, I can. I can love
Yeah,
Katza. Yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't
You can
mean
love-
that it's something innocent to wonder. The way I love pizza and I love rock and roll.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
but you
exactly.
cannot love me less than pizza and rock and roll. Come on.
No, well, you're up there in the top 3, Katza. But don't push my limits, okay? Because
Hey.
pizza's.
There's another one that I come across a lot
Mhm.
is with the word assist.
Oh, yes.
In Spanish, asistir means to attend. To
Yeah, go
show.
somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. So a common mistake, some students make is that, I won't be able to assist tomorrow.
Yes.
And I say, I know what they're trying to say because I speak Spanish. I say,
Mhm.
assist who? I'm not in trouble.
Yes.
Then I explain to them, no. Look,
Yeah.
the thing is this: assist means help. And
Right.
they ask me, okay, so how would you say estar presente o ir a la clase, go to class? Oh, that's attend.
Attend,
I
yeah.
won't be able to attend
Yeah.
class.
Mhm. Yes.
But
Yes.
these
Yes.
words are a little bit confusing. So remember, assist means help.
Right.
Attend means to be present.
To be present somewhere.
That's a very
Right.
common one.
That's
Yes.
totally. Another one that I must add, guys, and if you agree with me, it's the lack of fully understanding the phrasal verbs. We have spoken about the extreme importance of using phrasal verbs and
Yeah.
idioms in English because they are very common. I don't care if you don't like them; you have to learn them
Yeah.
if you want your English to be up there. Now,
know.
sometimes you might come across a phrasal verb, and you'll try to understand it literally. They're usually not. Okay.
They're
Now,
usually
this
not.
is something I read. It didn't happen to me. I have to give credit to English teaching forum that I used to belong to a couple of years back. I don't have the time to be participating anymore. But one of the teachers mentioned that in his class, one of the students was talking about how he lived in New York, and he tried to pass through the middle of two people talking, and he said, "Do you mind if I pass away?"
Oh no! Please don't.
Like
Go
he
ahead.
meant what he was trying. He was trying to walk through the middle, pass through the middle, like pass through. He meant to say pass through, but he said, "Can I pass away?" Like, no, please don't pass away. We love you.
Please
don't-
don't. Yeah,
no, please
exactly.
don't,
It's not
yeah.
time yet.
No, pass away if
Oh.
you don't know means to die.
Pass
Yeah,
away.
exactly.
Yeah,
Pass
yeah.
away
If
is
you
die.
don't, he passed.
Exactly.
And then another one, they asked him. He said, "Hey, Miguel, do you work out?" And he said, "No, I work in."
And
then everybody started laughing.
Yes, that's actually very
They
common.
started laughing. I said, "Why are they laughing? I don't work out. I work in a restaurant. I work in.
I work in.
I don't work
Mhm.
out.
That's
Like,
right.
No, workout doesn't mean workout means exercise. Doesn't mean to work
Yes.
inside or outside something.
Yes.
So be very careful. Really pick up on your phrasal verbs, and at least the safe way to go by it is they're usually not literate. If it says work out, doesn't mean that you're gonna work outside.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly.
What about
Very
you,
good.
Tessa? You got one?
Yeah, I got one. One that we get a lot actually. Say I don't go to the work on the Saturday.
Oh, articles.
I don't go
people.
to the work on the Saturday. Yes. In English, we never put an article before days of the week.
Yeah.
Or months of the year.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes.
That is true. Very true.
And go to work is actually your daily routine collocation, and you should learn it as it is. Go to work, because you're not going to perform an action. Actually, you're not talking about that. You're talking about going to a place where you actually do your job.
Well,
So,
a good
Totally
tip.
agree. This is one of the common mistakes Kat says, because in Spanish,
we use articles for everything.
El domingo, el sábado.
Yes.
We do add that definite article in Spanish.
Yes, we do. Exactly.
Like you just said, Katza, totally right. You should not. I'm going to work on Saturday or next.
Exactly.
We don't say the Saturday.
The Saturday, yes, or to the work.
Correct.
Or in my work. I mean, occasionally you can use it.
My work.
But my work, it's not natural at all. To say for work.
That's another one that, for
work.
example, let's go a little bit backwards. When I first came to Mexico, I noticed that in military language, people will say my, like my captain, my general, mi general.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And in English, we don't say that. We say yes, captain, no sergeant. Yes, lieutenant. Lieutenant. You don't say my lieutenant. He's not yours. But it's
exactly.
really, and yeah, have you heard that? Have you guys ever thought about that?
So you don't say mi capitán?
No, we don't. We don't say that in English. No. Why is he yours, not mine? It's actually French. Believe it or not, it's actually French heritage. It's mon capitaine. From the French, mon capitaine. The French do say it. And it's probably the influence of when the French were here in Mexico. But in American English, at least or any kind of other English, we don't say might for military ranks.
Yeah. All right. Nice. Okay. So those were our common mistakes most people make when they speak. All right. I hope you guys learned a lot from this section. But now to the other part of the podcast, the main section of the podcast.
Okay.
It's quite interesting how languages actually behave according to culture. Well, when we are learning a language, using natural expressions or even idioms becomes progressively necessary because we're trying to find the correct words to express ourselves. As a result of this necessity, we find ourselves in the position to talk without translating, which is something that you should aim for. Talk without translating. But it's more common than one would think that as language learners, we must find the best words to describe actions, people, places, feelings, you name it. But what to do when there are no words to say what we need to say? So that's what we're talking about. Things in Spanish we do not have in English. All right. Therefore, we had to bring you this podcast because, there will be many podcasts like this because there are tons of things in Spanish we don't have in English, but we will start with the first 6. All right. Javier.
Okay. Well, I have plenty of them. One of my favorite ones is in English, we don't have the word chimuelo. We have the word chimuelo, like toothless. But that refers to someone that has no teeth at all. But for someone that is missing one tooth, the baby is 3 years old, ya está chimuelo. The baby, you say the baby lost a tooth, and that's it. Or it's losing his baby teeth. Yeah, but we don't have chimuelo for English.
Yeah, that's so sad. Chimuelo is such a great word.
I know. It sounds sad. Okay. What about you guys? That's one for me. Okay, let's take turns.
Okay. George, one for you.
One is could be a controversial one because the word in Spanish is molestar. It will be a natural thing for a student say, "Oh, my boss is molesting me at this time." Well, no, you would not say that because
please.
Different connotation.
You would say bother, right?
What you would really want to say is not molest. You want to say bothering me. Yeah. My boss is bothering me right now. It's not my working schedule.
Right.
You bother. B-O-T-H-E-R, but do not say molest because it has a different meaning.
Yeah.
Very strong meaning.
Very strong.
Very different.
Very dangerous.
If you're curious right now, you can pause the podcast and Google it, molest.
Yeah.
And you will find out what we're talking about. It is really, really heavy stuff.
And if your boss is really molesting you, call the police.
You need to call the police. Yes. Or your lawyer.
Or get a lawyer.
All right. We're good. Remember at the beginning of the podcast, I said estrenando sección. We don't have the word estrenar in English.
We don't have it.
So we don't say estrenating or estrenate.
How would you explain estrenar? How would you explain it?
I would say that this is a word we use in Spanish to say that we're using something for the first time, right? Or that we have it for the first time. So we actually use this word to express something about clothes or shoes. In English, we use also the expression "I'm breaking in the shoes," right?
Oh, I love
breaking
that word.
in the shoes. But you actually there are sometimes where people say that they're breaking in their boyfriend, which is not really nice.
Well, yeah, people say that. That's novio. That's fine.
Yes, in Spanish we say that we have a boyfriend. Estamos estrenando novio, right?
Well, we have a word in English which says brand new. Like you have a brand new boyfriend.
I have a brand new boyfriend.
Even though the boyfriend is not something you buy.
Yeah, but brand new doesn't.
Branded.
But brand new doesn't really quite get you there to estrenar. It's not getting there, right?
It's not. No, it doesn't have the same context.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one more.
Okay.
My favorite is compadre. We don't have that in English. You can say George is
co-father.
No, co-father. Good one. I love it. Like a joint son account.
Exactly.
Okay. No, you can say, like, for example, George is the godfather of my son. Right. And then therefore that makes us compadres, but we don't actually have the word for that. Or I could say Gatsa is godmother to my son, and that makes her my comadre, but we don't have that. Now, don't get me wrong. It is understood in American English. If you say compadre, they will understand it.
Yeah.
But they will understand it as a synonym of friend.
Hey,
how are you, compadre? That they understand that it's like saying, hello, my friend.
Yeah, the same to say amigo.
Amigo, yeah. So they will probably not understand, if you say the word compadre. You actually have to explain what it is, literally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. George, you're next.
There's another one. Well, there are many, but the one I'm going to talk about right now is about age. In Spanish, you have the age. We use the verb have, tener. So some students, not necessarily advanced, and if you're advanced, you shouldn't be advanced.
You should not be saying this. You should not be saying this.
Not be an advanced level if you say.
And if you're not sure if you're advanced, give us a call.
You should not say, in Spanish, you say, oh, tengo 47 años, and if you translate it literally in English, I have 47 years. Okay.
Right.
That's the way, we structure it in Spanish, but in English, you don't have the age, you are the age. So you would use the verb to be, I am 47 years old, or I'm 47. So yeah, the verb have.
We don't have
age in English. Yeah.
Yes. All right. My turn, or was it Javier's?
Well, it's my turn, but
yes.
Okay.
George took your turn.
I took my turn. Now, George said a false cognative. None of that doesn't exist in English. Okay, but there are many expressions, more than just words. There are tons of idioms. There are tons and tons of idioms. Some can be translated, but they're not common. I was watching a TV show where the other day where it says "Vaya con Dios," and we don't use that in English a lot. We can say "go with God," or "may God go with you," or but it's not common. And as opposed to Mexico, we have "Vaya con Dios," "si Dios quiere." We have an expression.
We have God willing.
We have God willing, but God said nowadays it's just so controversial just to say the word God that we don't say God bless you anymore. We say just bless you, because what if I say Why not Buddha, bless you, huh?
Uh-huh.
Why not? Huh? Why is it God? Why does it have to be God?
Yes, that
Go
can
there.
bring you.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
we
you don't
would.
want to go
Yes,
there because that's a
exactly.
very picky topic. Very
It
picky.
is. It is.
Yeah,
All right, I have another one.
Go for it.
We have in English we normally say people, call people from North America, from the States, we call them Americans, right? And they call themselves Americans.
Uh-huh.
In Spanish we have the word estadounidense, which is very descriptive.
Uh-huh.
It is actually really precise. And I love this word because it kind of brings you to the idea of having a specific name for someone who is from the United States. I've heard a lot of Americans say that they call themselves Americans because they actually don't know how to call themselves. And I've heard this in videos, and I find it really funny. But it is a very descriptive word. And yes, in English we say Americans, but actually we're not referring to the people who are from the continent. We are referring to people who are from the United States.
That's it.
So basically, yeah, that's why all this kind of like the scene in social media, like, well, go, but this is America. Yes, no, yes, this is
It's a whole
America.
continent, but
It's a whole continent.
so am I.
Exactly.
I'm an
Mhm.
American, so am I.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So yeah.
So why do I need a green card?
I'm American.
I'm an American too. What the hell?
Exactly.
Okay, Katz, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Okay. You know why I don't like to prank George? Because he's so delicate.
Oh.
Can I say that? Is that correct? I don't like making jokes with George because
I don't think it would be.
He's so delicate. Oh my god.
No, I don't think it would be the same connotation. I mean,
Is
it
this right or
mean
wrong?
totally.
Because in Spanish we could say that. Es muy delicado.
Delicado.
Uy,
yes.
qué delicado. Uy, qué delicado.
But delicate should be like soft. No?
What do you think? What's that, George? What do you think? We're all native speakers here, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Do you agree with me or not?
Yeah. You mean like delicate as in fragile? Brittle?
Like brittle.
No, actually, George hit it on the nail. We cannot use delicate for people, guys. It's a common mistake. Cannot use delicate for people unless you're speaking about their health.
Right.
I was
in delicate condition, Clara.
I was in the hospital and I was delicate to a couple of months, almost a year ago now. But no, you could say George is touchy.
Oh,
he's really. Oh my god, he's so touchy. You can't joke with him. Can't take a joke. So touchy, man. Come on. And yeah, but please do not use this. Is a common mistake.
Right.
Yes, and you cannot use that. It is not a cognate. Sorry, it's a false cognate.
It is a false cognate.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's your.
Although there are some boxes I've seen on Amazon. What do you think they write when it's glass or something that
fragile?
Fragile.
Will they write delicate or fragile?
Well, in this case, it would be synonymous. They could write delicate, but it more like but in this case, they mean that it could be broken. Now, careful. Delicate can also means very soft, in a sense of subtleness. If you actually this wine has a very delicate taste
to your touch,
right?
To your touch, or to you're referring to experience.
Yeah, the very delicate smell of warm raviolis. Yeah, so but
super delicate.
Oh yeah, especially afterwards, the delicate aroma. So now, heads up, guys. This is advanced vocabulary. If you didn't get it, you're not advanced yet. If you got it, congratulations. You're up there.
So don't
feel bad.
So don't be touchy.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, and don't be touchy about my comments.
No, please download the materials so you can write down the words and start using them in your sentences.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you start working on them now, it'll save you the embarrassment of maybe have to explain yourself that you didn't mean exactly that.
Yes, and remember, embarrassment doesn't mean you're pregnant.
Oh yeah, she's embarrassed. Oh my god.
Okay.
All right, very good. Let's wrap things up, guys. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, everybody, and we expect to see you here in each and one of our podcasts, you'll be learning lots of new stuff, lots of, of these advanced words, just like Javier mentioned. So aguas, I mean waters. I mean, no, watch out.
Watch out.
All right, careful. All right, don't miss it. Don't miss our episodes.
Don't miss our episode. You're going to learn estadounidense English. All right, Javier. See you later.
Thank you very much, guys, for putting up with me, putting up with us. But those phrasal verbs will come back and haunt you if you don't go for them. They'll come and get you.
Yeah.
I don't care if you want to avoid them. They'll come and get you.
Yes,
so
exactly.
You get them before they get you. All right.
Yeah. Okay, this is it for today. Thank you to all of our audience out there. And remember to subscribe to our channel. And if you like this podcast, please share it with all your friends. You can find us also on YouTube in case you prefer to see our faces. And you can also visit our website where you will find articles related to English practice and learning. All right. Until next time, this was great seeing you guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.